shut down. The island's shut down. Dylan was running around like a mad thing, yelling his head off. What do you want about, Dylan? Asked Molly. What does shut down mean anyway? Nobody's allowed on or off because of this really bad flu thing that's going about, he told her. And not only that, there's no more school. Oh no, said Molly. But Dylan was right. When Molly got home, her mum confirmed it. But what about Dad? Cried Molly. Her father was over on the mainland, selling fish. I think he might have to stay there for now, said her mum. It'll be hard, love, but we have to keep the island safe. I'm sure it won't be for long. But even a week's a long time when you're missing your lovely Dad. I'm okay, Molly, he told her over the phone. I'll be fine here at Uncle Ed's house. I'm worried you'll get sick, Dad, said Molly. They say lots of people are getting sick. Oh, I'm being really careful, replied her father. I want you to help your mum around the place, and I'll be back just as soon as I can. So Molly helped with the cooking, she helped with the ducks and the chickens, and she went to see old Mary Kate every day to make sure she was all right. We're lucky we live on such a beautiful island, said Mary Kate. Some people on the mainland aren't even allowed out of their houses. Though the shutdown went on a lot longer than a week, life wasn't all that different for Molly, apart from no school and no Dad. But one morning, when she popped in to check on Mary Kate, the old woman was having a bad turn. Run and fetch Nurse Ellen, there's a good girl, she gasped from her bed. So Molly ran, and when Nurse Ellen came, she said Mary Kate had to go to hospital. Is it the flu? The really bad flu? Molly whispered to her mum, who'd come over to help. No, love, said her mum. It's her heart. But how will she get to hospital? Nobody's allowed off the island, said Molly. I know, love, said her mum, but she badly needs a doctor. We've no choice. So Nurse Ellen called up the lifeboat. She made a few special requests too, so the lifeboat men bought crisps and toilet paper and all the things that the island was in danger of running out of. And then they took Mary Kate off to hospital. But somehow, though everyone had been extra specially careful, the lifeboat had brought something else to the island. Something bad. 2 weeks later, nobody was allowed out of their houses. The virus had reached the island, and they all had to try and stop it spreading by washing their hands lots and lots, and by staying indoors. Only Nurse Ellen was allowed out to visit people. Oh, and Molly's mum, who'd offered to help her. So Molly had to do most of the jobs around the house all by herself. She let the dog out when he needed a wee. She called in the chickens to feed them, and then she decided it'd be easier to just keep them in the back room. She did the cooking and the cleaning, because her mum was dashing around the island helping people. And then, when Mum came home in the evening, Molly couldn't even have a hug, and they weren't even allowed to touch each other. 3 weeks later, Molly and her mum were down to eating tinned sardines, and for a family of fisherfolk, that means things were pretty bad. 4 more islanders had been taken to hospital by then, while others were ill at home. The shutdown went on for a long time, a long time. Molly was missing school. She was missing her friends. But most of all, "How you doing, Dad?" she said over the phone. "I miss you so much." "Oh, I miss you too, love. You and Mum," said her dad. "And Uncle Ed here is driving me mad. He stomps around the house all day playing the bagpipes." Molly laughed. She did all her schoolwork. Molly taught the dog tricks, and they did keep fit together. She did all her jigsaws in world record time, and she made up some new games too. She talked to Dylan and her friends and her teacher on the phone. She read her favourite books over and over, and she tried some new ones she hadn't read yet, and they were really good as well. And do you know what? In time the shutdown eased, and all the islanders recovered. Even Mary Kate came home safe and well. And while not everything got back to normal straight away, in a funny way Molly quite enjoyed having so much time at home, just her and the dog and the ducks and the chickens. She even got a bit better on the fiddle. And at long last, Molly's dad was allowed home too. He loaded up his fishing boat with treats for everyone, and all the islanders went down to the harbour to welcome him back. And the first person to hug him as he stepped off the boat was, you guessed it, Molly.